Emily Blunt's favorite movie is a Steven Spielberg-directed classic. Emily Blunt is one of the biggest actors in the business right now. Not only has she been starring in beloved movies such as The Devil Wears Prada or Edge of Tomorrow for nearly 2 decades, but she's also now an Oscar winner thanks to her work in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Like most people who star in movies, Blunt is also a big fan of movies. No surprise there. But what's her favorite movie? Demonstrating good taste. It's an absolute classic directed by none other than Steven Spielberg. I always say Jaws. People are sick of hearing me say that, Blunt said when asked what her 4 favorite movies are during a red carpet interview at SexU 2024 with Letterboxd. It's an incredible, perfect film. Indeed, she has been vocal about her love of Jaws for a long time. A fan account dedicated to the Oscar-winning actress on Twitter shared a video earlier this year highlighting some of the many times she's cited Spielberg's 1975 blockbuster as her personal favorite film over the years. She's been very consistent about this. Blunt also name-checked Lawrence of Arabia, Gone with the Wind, and Romancing the Stone. A couple of stone-cold classics in there that are widely considered to be some of the best movies ever made, as well as an 80s adventure film that was loved in its era. But Spielberg's hugely influential summer blockbuster about a shark terrorizing a small island town stands tall above the rest. Speaking with Yahoo News while promoting The Fall Guy earlier this year, the actress elaborated on her love of the film. One of my first experiences was watching Jaws at the age of 7, and he would pitch that it was for the whole family, but it was really for him, and we would be terrified. It was one of my first memories of films, and it's still my favorite, even now. I must have seen it 35 times. The more you see it, the more you learn about how extraordinary it is. Nearly 40 years later, Jaws remains an unrivaled classic. Spielberg's name now carries a ton of weight, as the man who has made numerous classics from Raiders of the Lost Ark to Saving Private Ryan, and everything in between. Twice, he has had the highest-grossing movie of all time, first with The Extraterrestrial, and later once again with Jurassic Park. To say that he's a legend would be an understatement. That legend truly begins with Jaws. Though not his first feature film, it was Spielberg's first theatrical feature for a major studio. It was, rather famously, a very troubled production. Spielberg might have been fired from Jaws were it not for then-president of Universal Sid Sheinberg. From the nightmare that was filming in the middle of the ocean, to the shark breaking down constantly, it had all of the makings of a train wreck. Instead, he turned in one of the most cherished movies ever made, and one that is credited with being the first true summer blockbuster. It's not only a great movie that stands the test of time, but a hugely important one as well. It's an unimpeachable pick for anyone to cite as their favorite movie. Blunt also very clearly means it, given how much she's talked about it over the years. In a bit of a full-circle bit of serendipity, Blunt is finally going to work with Spielberg on his next movie, which is said to be about aliens. It may not be sharks, but bringing the director back to the same arena as films like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and E. certainly seems like damn good territory for this forthcoming collaboration.